Are you planning to go to Australia for higher studies, or you have already got admission in one of the best colleges in Australia? Or do you want to experience the top quality education offered in the country? Well, my friends, for doing all of these, you already know what you'll have to get, and that is an Australia student visa. So the first thing that comes to mind after hearing about it is the complexities in applying, arranging bundles and bundles of documents, and much more. But you don't have to worry, because I'm here to help you out with everything you need to know regarding Australia student visa. Hello and welcome to Edutrainex. I am Nandini Watts, and today in this video, I will be telling you all about the student visa, its requirements, English language requirements, and other rules and regulations that you need to keep in mind while applying for it. Watch the video till the end, because by the end of it, I will also be answering some of the most common queries asked by you all. So let's get started. Talking about student visas, then these are available only to international students who wish to study in Australia. So applicants must follow the immigration officer's guidelines in order to qualify for a visa subclass 500. So let us first start with the documents required for the student visa. So students who wish to apply for a visa to Australia must present a valid passport issued by the country in which they currently live or were born. So additionally, you may also be required to submit a copy of your national identification card and driver's license. It is also necessary to submit recent identity photographs and biometrics. You will be notified if the immigration office needs your fingerprints or not, and make sure follow the specific guidelines for the photo. Then you must complete, sign and submit the application form with the other requirements for a student visa. Then Subclass 500 visas require students to be at least 6 years old or older, and to begin a primary, secondary or tertiary education, you must be a certain age specified according to the course you are going to take. So whatever course you are planning to take during the study program, you are required to submit a confirmation letter of enrollment, that is called COE. So before obtaining your visa, you must submit your COE, and you will have to keep in mind that it's your responsibility to make sure that you have a valid COE during your stay in Australia. You may lose your student visa if you don't follow this. So now many students ask that what to do if they are not enrolled in more than one course. So in this case, you must submit COE for each of them, and if you are not able to do so, then your visa will be valid only for the course you are studying. So you are allowed to take courses only if there is at least 2-month gap between the classes and one course leads to another. However, there are some criteria where you must submit a letter of support instead of COE. So this is valid for you if you are a student sponsored by the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade or the Department of Defence. So whether if you are a secondary exchange student, then you must submit an acceptance advice of secondary exchange student form. And if you are a postgraduate research student who is required to remain in Australia for your thesis, then you will have to provide a letter from your education provider. Now, if you are bringing a child under 18 years to Australia without one of the parents, then a parental consent form should be attached to the visa applications. Then, there are some civil documents you need to provide, which includes your birth certificate, marriage certificate, divorce papers, adoption papers, and proof of your relationship. Additionally, if you change your name, if you have changed your name, then a certificate verifying the change must be submitted. In order to apply for an Australian visa, you must have adequate health insurance. So overseas student health cover is required for you and your families. So this insurance must be valid from the day you arrive in Australia, not from the day you start your courses. So if you do not have a health insurance, then you may not be allowed to enter Australia, and OSCH must be obtained from an approved provider, followed by the payment of the insurance policy. So it is necessary that you provide enough funds to cover your trip travel costs, 1 year of your living expenses in Australia, and your tuition fees, including funds to cover family members if any. You must provide proof that your family members will financially support you during your studies. In the case of single students, the family members must make at least around 63,000 Australian dollars per year, while in the case of the students with other family members, it must be $73,000 approx. So if you apply for an Australian visa, you may need to provide proof that you're proficient in the English language. So depending on your type of visa, whether you plan to work, study or just visit and how long you will be in Australia, this requirement may vary. And students who want to study in Australia have to meet the requirements for good character as well, which is laid out by the Australian authorities. Like you shouldn't have a criminal record or convicted of domestic violence and like so. So students who wish to study in Australia temporarily must submit a written statement stating their intentions. So as a genuine temporary entrant, you must show the immigration office that you will not overstay your visa after it expires. Now, what is genuine temporary entrant? A genuine temporary entrant is usually a statement stating that the visa applicant intends to stay only temporarily in Australia. Also, you must provide proof of your employment. You may also send, if you are employed, you may also send your updated resume and the copy of a recent contract if you have one. A copy of your transcripts should be submitted if you have been studying till now. Foreign or defense-sponsored students or secondary exchange students are not subjected to this requirement. For students under the age of 18, Form 157N is required, and to bring a guardian with them to Australia, they must fill out a nomination form. So all future students in Australia must sign an Australian values statement confirming that they will uphold Australian values and laws. Then you must submit the authorized recipient form, and if someone else is helping you with your application, the form should be included if you are working with a migration agent. You may also write a letter explaining why you need help and who is helping you and upload it to your email account. So these were the documents that you need for an Australia student visa. Now let's move on to the process of applying for a student visa in Australia. First of all, you'll have to create an email account, which is required for online visa applications. Second, you will have to gather the necessary documentation. Make sure that all the records you use should be in English or English translations. Next step is that make a payment for Subclass 500 visa fees. The cost of an Australia student visa is around 630 Australian dollars. So it is also possible that the application fee will change if you are bringing dependents with you. Now keep in mind that you should pay the visa fee as soon as possible, because the Australian authorities will not consider your application unless the fee is paid. And do remember that online application require payment through IMEI account. And the last step is to apply for Subclass 500. You can submit your student visa application once you have completed your documents and paid your visa fees. Once the immigration office makes decision, they will inform you in writing. Simple, isn't it? So now it's time to answer your queries. So many of the students ask me, how long is a student visa valid for in Australia? So student visa in Australia is usually valid for up to 5 years, and if your study course lasts less than that, then your visa will be valid for the duration of your studies. However, in specific cases, you may be eligible for a visa extension. Then it is what is the processing time for it? See, the higher education, it usually takes for 4 months. Takes around 4 months to process the visa, and it might take between 3 months to a year to receive the visas. So this expected time differs depending on what you intend to study in Australia. Then many of you ask about the possibility of staying in Australia after the student visa expires. So for those who wish to stay longer than the duration of their student visa, there are some other options available like temporary graduate visa subclass 485, skilled recognition graduate visa subclass 476, visitor visa subclass 600 may be applied if your student visa expires before graduation. So there it is, does a student visa give permanent residency in Australia? Then the answer is straight away no. Permanent residency is not possible for students with student visas. Students must apply for permanent residency through a permanent skilled worker visa. Otherwise, you must leave Australia when the visa expires. So at the end here we have the bonus part about Australia's new student policy. So Australia has implemented new policies for international students as the COVID-19 measures are easing up now. So Australia is now issuing visa 500 from outside of Australia, and for the students affected by COVID-19, a free visa extension is available to complete their studies under their current visa. So if you are enrolled with an Australian university and you were impacted by COVID-19, it will be easier for you to get a work visa after you finish your studies. So I hope that by now applying for student visa must be easier for you, right? So about the character requirements, English language requirements and health insurance requirements, I'll discuss them all in separate video because you need to understand them very well. So that's all about it. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more informational content like this. Still, if you will have any queries left or you want any help in applying for the visa, then you can comment below. We will be happy to help. And in case you want to get an update regarding changes in the visa requirements, cost of the fees or anything of such sort, then you can visit the official website of Australia Visa, the link of which you will find in the description below. Thank you.